Alright, you guys. You wanted a part 2? No, I wanted a part 2. But we're at a new angle, and I should be a little bit brighter now. I could get a lower angle. Because the lights face me, the door's over there, so I don't have to keep going. Every time I hear something. So let's get started. We left off. Batman witnessed the creation of Two-Face, basically. But Two-Face does not turn up in this entire novel, and neither does the Joker. Will the Joker? I don't know. I'll go as I go. I'll figure out as I go. So, with Black Mask and Blackgate, the Red Hood, nowhere to be seen. What body wasn't found in the acid, and Harvey Dent scarred horribly in the events that occurred. Batman goes after the assassin. He finds out that the assassin was Deadshot. So Batman goes after Deadshot. And when he gets Deadshot, Deadshot thinks he can beat Batman. He tries to kill Batman, but obviously Batman has the upper hand with Smart. Deadshot's able to shoot something and it bounces off something else. But Batman knows how to get up close without him noticing. So the guy tries to take on Batman but fails. So when Batman gets up close and starts interrogating Deadshot, he asks him why he killed or attacked Harvey Dent, who hired him. The guy said, I was hired. He was hired by some guy. He didn't know anything about him. Just some guy. But he was not the one that blew up the courthouse. That is not how he does things. He shoots people. He doesn't blow places up. So, this adds on to something new. This is a new chapter. This is something. Batman's at a dead end. He has this mystery man somewhere giving orders to people to kill, like, figures, like popular people that give other people hope. So what does Batman do? He believes that the Red Hood did not die in the acid, that the acid was not completed, and it might have just been like a watery liquid. So he investigates. He goes back to Ace and collects a sample of what's left over of those toxins. And he sits down in the Batcave for hours on end. He's in there for a week. Alfred has to keep coming down and giving him food. He is studying this. He keeps looking over and over again. Nothing. So, Batman goes around, investigates the Ace Chemicals building. He doesn't find anything around it, except for some footprints in the mud. There's a spot in the mud below a pipe that he could have exited through the acid container thing. And there were marks on the ground from his hands, his knees, and from when he first hit the ground there was a full body mark, and then he climbed up. And then what remained there was a white Red Hood mask. It used to be red, but now it was stained white. Oh, no, never mind. I'm thinking of this. Thinking of this smarter. Thinking of it a little bit smarter. It was a really dark red. It was sleek looking. And not quite like pure, like, red. But it was redder than it used to be. And the cape was on the ground, and it was destroyed. Practically, like, it was in pieces. It was burnt from the acid. So, Batman has some evidence here. He knows that the Red Hood did not die. But the question is, where is he? He collects the cape that the Red Hood wore and the mask that was attached. They were attached, but the cape was. They were originally attached, but the cape was like burnt off, and it was just in shreds on the ground. And it came out when he came out of the pipe. So Batman starts looking at this. The only fingerprints on it aren't even from. It's just from the. There aren't even any fingerprints on it. They were burnt off. The acid removed fingerprints. The cape was messed up. It was. There was nothing. There were dead ends. The storm is closer. In less than half a month, which means Batman only has around 15 to 16 days, maybe 14 if he's not so lucky, to help evacuate. Since he's dead in there, he helps the GCPD evacuate. Obviously, they're not on good terms with him, so it's kind of hard. So he doesn't really interact with the GCPD, but he's getting people out of buildings. Even though the GCPD has no clue what's going on. So, Batman helps evacuate a lot of people in the city, and it takes them 13 days to evacuate everybody on Miagani Island. I mean, not the city. So, I gotta fix my hair, man. I'm wearing my Batman shirt right now. I got it for Christmas, which was today. It's Christmas. I had a great Christmas, by the way. I may make a video about that. I don't know. So Batman helps evacuate. Now what does he do? He finds people that have run scared of the corrupt cops on the GCPD, hiding in the sewers. And some of them have even found the bunker. Oh, no. Batman finds people in the sewers. But he notices something. He goes back down in the sewers that he confronted Black Mask in. But the door is closed. The last thing he remembers doing was opening it. Now, going through his head, it was like so many possibilities. Someone could have just walked by and closed it, but then no one goes down there except for those people, and there would be. So Batman checks to see if there's anybody holed up in there. Around the area. He opens the door, nothing. But a suit laying on the ground inside of the vault. And there's a message, a little note on it. It has a little ribbon. And it doesn't really give much information. I'm coming up with this as it goes, and there's big gaps. So please note that there's gonna be more story. I've said this last video, but there's gonna be more story between these gaps. Like Batman helping all the city. That is gonna be like a full, like almost 4 chapters. Those 13 days could be 4 chapters in like a novel or something. But he reads the note. And it tells them to go back to the Miagani Island docks. It just says, go to the Miagani Island docks. The writing is, like, messed up, like a child's writing. And there's blood on the paper. But the question is, where did the blood come from? Batman takes the blood. And he keeps it with him. He goes to Miagani Island docks, believing that he's gonna find the mystery man there. But no. All Black Masked Men have been taken away by the GCPD and buried and stuff like that. But they're not buried anymore. They're propped up. They're sitting in chairs. And they have... And some of them weren't even there last time. The ones that weren't there last time have permanent grins on their faces. And they're dead. There's blood pouring out their mouths, eyes, out of their ears. There's even like... And there's gashes on their face from where something hit them. So Batman knows something's up. Obviously, everybody would know something's up. So he starts investigating. This guy's leaving a calling card. Not like a card, but like the people's faces. That seems like something that he's going to start using as a calling card. That's something he's going to keep doing to get Batman's attention. So he notes this. He doesn't write it out or anything, but since he has like nerding out right now, he has a photographic memory. He can remember everything he sees in vivid detail. Like he looks at a freaking brick wall for like a split second, looks away. Or no, not like a split second, but he look at it for a few minutes, or like a minute, look away, and then memorize how many bricks he saw in the wall. And if there was an ant, what the ant looked like, try and cost it. So he kind of notes this down to himself. He collects blood samples from one of the men that have the permanent guns on their faces. He is confused though. This man that went through all the trouble to dig up bodies and put them inside of there. And then what he did was he went ahead and killed more Black Masked men and put them there. Now there's nothing else there, no evidence. He knows he's given you enough evidence to go on. Maybe not his blood. He wouldn't have been that dumb unless he wants Batman to know who he is. But he knows Batman will take a blood sample. So Batman heads back to the Batcave. And first thing he does is he scans the unknown. It's labeled John Doe since his name's unknown. He doesn't have a name right now. Except for Red Hood, and they're not going to call him that anymore. It seems like he's someone new. He ditched the gear. Everything. It seems like he's created a new alias for himself. And Batman, he scans the blood, but nothing comes up. No matches, nowhere in the city, nothing. But there's something in the blood. It's a weird chemical. He scans the other guy's blood. The same chemical was found in it, but it was altered. The question is by who? No one knows. And no one knows anything about the Red Hood's past, so it could have been anything. He could have used to been a chemist, for all anybody knows. And then he became the Red Hood and started screwing people over and robbing banks and things and killing people. Batman is trying to put this together in his head. Like, what is going on? Why is this guy doing this? So he compares the blood. He takes out the differences in the chemical from the men at the warehouse or the docks and his blood were he separated the differences. There was the batch that was the same, and then there was the differences. All the differences came from the man at the docks, and it was altered. It was made so that it wouldn't leave the person alive, but it would leave a permanent smile on their face, and it would turn their skin white, no matter what. Skin contact, like you get a little bit on your finger, you're going to start turning into, like, you're going to die. But, obviously, we're running out of time, and I thought we were going to have more time. That went by fast. I'm getting really into this. Hopefully you guys enjoy this. Part 2, because there's gonna be a part 3. Maybe this might span out to 4 parts, and then that's the end. It's gonna probably, and each part might be like a scene. I don't know how it'll work, but hope you guys enjoyed this part 2, and see ya.